5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everyone. We're off to the races. So, tonight's puzzle, I thought, was a very, very beautiful puzzle by a brand called KS Games, which I've never heard of before. But I was positively surprised with the quality of the puzzle pieces. The puzzle is called Woman in a Red Kimono, and the artist is Dorit Fairchild. As you can see, there's a Japanese lady that's kind of in the middle of the picture with a red kimono, and then there's all kinds of things going on around her. There's a little bit of like a house scene and like kind of a forest in the bottom corner. Then on the top left you have these like more red kind of a tree, and then on the top right is like a pinkish kind of a tree. At first glance it looks like a dark puzzle, but there's so much going on in the pieces in terms of texture and just colors and patterns that it was easier than it looked like at first, but it's not a super easy puzzle. So that's my review.
You should have a TikTok for a quick puzzle review. That was excellent. Yeah, no, but when you asked me to guess, if I had a guess what puzzle brand it might be, now I know why I didn't have a guess, because I've never had a KS Games puzzle before. So I would not have guessed it. But that being said, there was KS Games at the Trier Marathon. And so I have heard of the brand. I've seen one in action there, and I really like the look of it. So I'll have to try KS Games sometime.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's I honestly, like, after I finished the puzzle, I just admired it for a while, just because it's such a beautiful puzzle.
Yeah.
All right, so we have on screen Erin from the UK, we have Agnes from France, we have Aiden from Switzerland, we have Alejandro from Spain, we have Amanda from the United Kingdom, and we have Anna Karin from Sweden. Yeah, everyone's busy flipping.
It's a flipping. Flipping and flopping now. Yeah, I wonder, you say it first glance it's dark looking, and that was my first thought. I thought, oh, it looks a bit dark, and especially this time of day, the sun is starting to go, at least here in London it is at this time of day. So I wonder if that will affect how people tackle this, or what lights they've got turned on in a room and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it might. It's a lot of blue, like bluish and like darker kind of pieces. But if you work your way from just, I mean, I think probably an obvious place where people will start is like the white face or the red kimono, or like the yellow pieces that were in the kimono. And once all of the colorful pieces are out, there's not that many blue pieces in the end left that just have blue on it. So it's really, if you look at the pieces, you know like where they will go. So I don't think this will be one where people will get stuck on and like not know where to continue. I think it'll be one, where you can just continue to puzzle all the time.
I'm starting to get some guesses in the YouTube chat about the finishing time. We'll have a look. Oh golly, going in strong. The first guess I see is 34 minutes and 13 seconds. So that's very quick.
Yeah, that seems like a cool. If I had to guess, I would also say something in the 40s, even for the faster puzzlers. Because it is a little bit of a harder puzzle, but I'm always open for surprises.
I'm gonna go a little under 40. I'm gonna guess 38-48. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. 38-48.
All right, and we have some new people on screen. So we have Anne from France, we have Anne from Finland, we have Annemie from Switzerland, we have Aurélie from Germany, we have Barbara from Austria, and we have Birgit from Germany.
Birgit always has a really good angle for her camera, so.
Yeah, and we can see that Birgit is already sorting out like those red kimono pieces, and I'm assuming the pile at the bottom is the edge. And we see other people have started building their edge. Annemie is busy with that, and I think so are all the other people that are on screen right now. Someone is guessing a specific time for Christian, 36 minutes and 36 seconds. We shall see.
Yeah. Yeah, so did you do this one yourself, Catherine? You speeded it.
Yeah, so I did it yesterday. It took me a bit longer, like an hour and 20-ish minutes kind of. So still in the 90 minutes, but you know, kind of up there for me in terms of speed puzzles I've done recently. But I have to say that I didn't do any speed puzzling for the last, pretty much the whole summer. So I'm a little bit out of training. So I think if I would do this when I'm a bit more actually doing speed puzzling, I would probably be like 10 minutes faster.
Sorry, I just need to interrupt. Daria Bosek, Daria from Poland, your camera is off. Would you please check that, please, Daria?
Yeah, and that is a good reminder that we have new people on screen. So we have Carla from Germany, we have Daniela from Germany, we have Daria, who should please put on her camera. We have Dietmar from Germany, we have Dora from Switzerland, and we have Elena from Latvia. Lots of German people tonight. I feel like every other person is from Germany.
Always lots of Germans in speed puzzling in general, because they're so good at it.
That's true. And we see Carla is busy. She has managed to put the face together of the woman in the red kimono. Which, yeah, those pieces definitely stand out. If you're looking at the spread, you know, the white pieces are definitely like screaming, pick me, pick me. But there are not that many pieces overall. Yeah, I'm always cheering for Dora. I hope she can finish this one. I know it's a little bit of a harder one, so might be tight for her, but I hope she can do it.
She's getting faster all the time, so you know.
That's true. All right, next we have, oh, Ellen has two devices, I'm assuming. So we have Ellen from the Netherlands. We have Emilia, as usual, from her kitchen from Finland. We have Eveli from Estonia. We have Eva from Poland. We have Fanny from Hungary. Who has done a really nice sort, by the way. You can see she has like the red and the yellows, and I think she's working on the border right now. A lot of the other people have started with the face of the lady. Which, by the way, where I also started.
Well, I've noticed there's someone in between Emily and Ava named Evelyn who's not on the list.
Oh yes, that's true.
Maybe they're registered under a different name. You don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out later, or maybe she forgot to register with the new app.
There's someone on the list with the same surname, Simon, or Simon Traxel. So maybe it's a husband and wife or something like that.
Possible. Whoever it is doing great progress with the red of the kimono. I can see it almost done. There's like a red part at the bottom and then like a yellow part at the top, and the face is done for this person. And we're at the about 10 minutes mark.
It does seem more colorful than at that initial look when you were holding the box up. It is definitely got more of a pop to it now. I don't see everyone's pieces out.
Yeah, it also looks darker on the box than it is in real life. The piece is a bit lighter, which is nice. I mean, often we have it the other way around, where the box looks good and then the pieces look very dark, like with the cow from Worlds last year. So. All right, then we have Franziska from Germany, who won, got first place at our event last weekend. Congratulations again for that. And they also got first place in teams. Then we have Freya from Denmark. We have Hannah from the Czech Republic. We have Hannah. Okay, they're both. Oh no. Okay, so never mind. We have Hannah from the Czech Republic. We have Hannah from Finland. We have Idun from Norway, and we have Inge from the Netherlands. Franziska, there's a few people who have the border completed or almost completed, but most people I see have gone straight for the pop of color with the kimono and the woman in the middle of the image. So it's kind of like, yeah, depending on what you prefer, how to start. What do you usually do? Do you go for like the colorful things that scream at you like build me, or do you go for edges?
Kind of a third option. I would say what I look for most when I first flip is sort of things that stand out structurally, like lines or anything like that. That's my preference for starting. If there's nothing like that, then I probably would gravitate towards the colors and what's bright and stands out. I'm not a big fan of doing edges first unless it's just the right type of image. Then I might do them first, but I have all kinds of different whatever mood I'm in, that's what I do.
Yeah, I noticed from you that your puzzle looks like separate islands, and then suddenly they all merge together and they become like magically an image.
I think Amelia said I'm a sniper because I don't look at all like I'm close to finishing, and then suddenly I'm done.
Yeah. All right, next we have Inka from Finland. We have Iris from Denmark. We have Irma from Switzerland. We have Isabel from France. We have Jata from Finland. And we have Jenny also from Finland.
So Catherine, I remember that Iris had a really good story you should read out.
All right.
A very dramatic story.
Let's read Iris' story. So Iris says, at the Danish championship, Sophie and I decided to switch places. We immediately and simultaneously stood up and knocked our foreheads together quite hard, resulting in an intense headache for me for the rest of the day. And then I'm gonna read also that's one of the stories, and then she has another story about an EJJ where she says during an EJJ I had a Wi-Fi router standing in the windowsill. I was getting hot, decided to open the window mid-competition, resulting in the Wi-Fi router flying out of the window, but luckily staying in the socket. I did the rest of the EJJ with the router hanging 1.5 meters under the window.
I really like that story. That is so, like, dramatic, but hilarious.
Yeah, I kind of like the router story better than, like, head injury, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no.
Have you ever been injured puzzling? Well, okay, yeah, you got hit in the face, but like, was it a real injury?
She hit me on the top of the head because I was like bent over the puzzle, so my head was completely down. So she hit me on the top of the head and it stunned me. So I did kind of like stand up and kind of like look around for about 2 seconds, but it didn't hurt for very long. I went straight back to puzzling, and by the end, no harm done. So no real injuries. So yeah, I'm lucky in that way. Have you been injured during puzzling?
No, I don't think so. I mean, injured from puzzling in the sense that like I have back pain afterwards, but not an actual injury, no. Luckily. All right, who do we have now? So I think in the top left, is that still Isabel? And then we have Jessica from the United States, who we're going to talk to later. She also has a few good, funny stories about drama happening at puzzle competitions. Then we have Judith from Germany. We have Yuka from Finland. We have Karen from the United States. And we have Karin from Austria. Yeah, at Karin's table we have a really good view of the puzzle, and we can kind of see everything taking shape, and you can see like she has built all of those brighter pieces, like even the ones that are at the top of the puzzle, and then all the rest, like for now it just looks like dark blue stuff. But I swear once you get to them you'll know where they will go, the blue. It's not like a gradient, you know, there's like different things happening everywhere in the puzzle, so it's not that hard to figure it out. Yeah, we're under 20 minutes still, so everyone's doing really great. And I love that there's like some sorting happening as well.
I just have to mention, because he's got trays on his table now, Yuka, on our screen, his story of something dramatic that happened was that he had 2 trays of pieces during a competition, and then he stacked them and forgot that he had sandwiched the pieces in between the 2 trays, and got towards the end and thought, where are the pieces? And found them afterwards, even.
Yeah, that can happen if you like put them on top of each other and you forget.
Yeah.
All right, then we see Katrin from Germany. We see Kim from the Netherlands. We see Christian from Poland. We have Lea from Denmark. We have Lena from Germany, and then we have Lenka from Slovakia. And yeah, here on the screen we see a few of the faster puzzlers, and as you can see, they are also not that far ahead of everyone else who has built the lady so far. I mean, they have built the lady, they have built the border around it, but there's not much filled in in other places of the puzzle yet. So it's not yeah, like somebody's like super far ahead right now.
I'm quite interested in Christian's kind of. I don't know what word I would use, but he's got pieces loose in his frame, and maybe they are like taking place, maybe they are where they belong, but it's very interesting to look at.
Yeah, I call his technique in my own mind like chaos puzzling, because every time I see videos of him puzzling, there's like pieces everywhere, and like my mind would not be able to know like that these pieces go there, and like I need kind of a clear. I'm more of a puzzler like Lenka, who has like the pieces in neat little piles, and then she like grabs them and like builds the section out. But yeah, this is the way that he is always puzzling. Like every time I see him do puzzles, that's what's happening. So it's working for him. It's like his mind is like streamed that way to do it like that. Which goes to show there's no like wrong or right way to puzzle.
Yeah, I agree. Whatever works for you is what works for you. So just take things off of other puzzles and see if they work, but it might not be the right thing for you. Yeah.
Yeah, next we have Line Beate from Norway. We have Lynn from Belgium. We have Lynn E from Belgium. We have Lynn T from the United Kingdom. We have Magdalena from Austria. We have Margriet from South Africa, and we have Mandy from the Netherlands. Oh, so all three Zenot sisters are here tonight. That's interesting. Little family competition. Yeah, Lene Beate has made great progress as well. The lady's almost done, or pretty much done, and she has built some of the other elements out as well. There's like a dove that's above the lady, or the dove is like sitting on her head, and that is also relatively easy to see. I think the next step for people will probably be the little houses in the village, because they do have quite distinct like little windows and like rooftops and things like that on them, and they are like a different kind of what color would you say that is? It's like a teal, green, blue, like pastel kind of color that's very different from the other blues that we see in the image.
That is, to be fair, the thing that stood out to me the most when I first looked at the image was the building, because like I said, like structures and lines is what I look for what I would be able to do the fastest usually.
Next we have it should be Mari next. I don't know if Michelle has skipped her. But who we see is Maria from Finland, Maria H from Finland, then we have Maria R from Slovakia, we have Maria TB from Sweden, we have Maria Magdalena from Germany, we have Michelle from New Zealand. Michelle, is it you who's puzzling? A different Michelle from New Zealand?
No, that's my test account, so I can show it on my phone. But Mari is on screen now. It just didn't go in order because she's there as Mari Black as one word.
All right, yeah. So Mari is on screen, and then we have also Mona. Or am I? Now we're missing Mila, are we? I'm not. Maybe I'm not seeing it good. Mona.
You know, I saw her on the screen for a second, Mila, but her camera wasn't on, so I don't know if that was a technical issue or not.
Yeah. Well, either way, Mona is from Germany, and Mari is from the United States. And Mari has a different approach than most of the people. She has kept the red pieces to the side for later and did decide to concentrate on the that lower left portion of the image first, building the houses and stuff. That's really interesting because most of the other people have done the red section by now or working on it.
And I do like how Mari keeps her border, like she's built some of the border that makes sense to build for what she's doing, and just kind of left a lot of it loosely placed and open. And I think that's a really good technique.
I also want to read out some of Maria TB's stories. She gave us 3 different stories. So she has an EJJ story where she says the box assistant, which is her cat, had a case of the zoomies and managed to knock down the whole light and camera setup while running past. That can always be annoying when you're doing like a live streamed thing. Then at Nationals, the pair's partner opened the bag and accidentally sent pieces flying everywhere. We were missing a piece at the end and took the penalty, considering it lost. The judge recorded our time and then pointed out the piece on top of the puzzle.
Oops.
And then during a practice, not super dramatic, but the box assistant, who again is her cat, will often help, in quotation marks, sorting by sweeping pieces off the table with her tail or unflip pieces by rolling over them. Sometimes she also gets really annoyed when I try to get pieces she's sitting on. I think everyone with a cat can relate to that.
We're very lucky. We have 2 cats, and they know to stay off the puzzle table. They're very well trained. Caboose had a phase, our younger cat had a phase of getting on there and messing around, but now he's a good cat and stays off.
Yeah, Mona also had a story about her cat where, like, if the cat walks over it, the pieces stick to the paws. And then it will, like, dramatically, like, flick them off and then they fly all over the place.
I want to see that. That sounds cute. I'm not
Right.
It's cute.
So we have on screen Mooney from Germany. We have Nadia from Indonesia. We have Nia from the United Kingdom, who's been doing super well at every competition. I'm watching her. And then we have Olivia from Poland, and we have Rachel from Denmark. And yes, that's everything.
I'm in the Nia fan club.
Yeah, I mean, you have to root for people from your own country, so I'm also in her fan club. Yeah, we see Olivia did really great progress there. It looks like over half of her image might be completed, but not totally put together yet. But once she puts them together, it'll be it'll be like you. Suddenly there'll be all the images. We're gonna move along a little bit faster so that we can get everyone on. We're still under half an hour, but as you can see now, Victor is pretty far ahead and he kept the red part for last. But let's see who else we have on screen. So we have Rika on screen from Finland. We also have Rike from Denmark. We have Robert from Sweden, and we have Sammy from the United States. And then, we have Victor at the bottom, who, is speeding towards the end. And then we also have Sandra from Peru.
Peru glorioso.
Yeah, I find it quite interesting that Victor has red pieces for the end. I think it's gonna be quicker for him to finish them this way because he'll know the borders of the red.
I think it's a really satisfying way to finish, to fill in a section. It feels faster, and it's nice to end on a fast note. But then I also wonder if Victor or any of our faster puzzlers might have color difficulties. Like some people see some colors better than other colors, and possibly, I'm just guessing, I doubt it, but who knows, maybe Victor is not as good with red as maybe blue and all that, so maybe he's left red for last to make it easier if it's harder for him.
Yeah, we should ask him later.
Yeah.
And then we also have Saskia from Estonia, we have Salma from Sweden, we have Siobhan from Ireland, and we have Stefan from the Netherlands.
I need to see if this puzzle is on my speed puzzling.
Yeah, I didn't check actually to see if it's there. Oh, and then we also got, hard to read, what is this? Is it Stephanie? Yeah, so we also have Stephanie from Germany. We have Tammy from the United States. We have Teresa from Sweden. We have Tobias, also from Sweden. And we have Valentina from Belgium. By the way, if I'm mispronouncing your name now, I'm very sorry. Let me know later if I did. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce everyone's name. But it's difficult because everyone's from a different country, and in different countries pronounce their names differently, so it's not so easy to remember.
I like Valentina's answer to the question. To put it in a nutshell, the most dramatic thing that happened to her was at Belgian National. She was a co-organizer and helping people take places where people hadn't shown up, so people off the waiting list. And then suddenly she gets 5, 4, 3, and she's competing. So she like chucks her clipboard at someone and runs to her table and didn't have her puzzle stand or anything ready. So that's pretty dramatic. I would be so stressed out by that.
Wasn't there also someone at Worlds that was like running and like bumping into everyone to do the final?
I think
it happens more than once.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember Kimena. If you know Kimena, I think I saw her running in the final, so it might be who you're thinking of.
All right, so let's continue with the introducing the people, because we see also Christian is going towards the finish line. So we have Veronika from Slovakia, we have Vesna from Finland, we have Williams from Latvia, and the next people are going to come very soon. So we have a few of the faster people on screen right now. We have Victor, we have Christian, and we have Alejandro on screen, and also Lenka. And we can see they're all getting ready, they're filling in the last pieces. We also have Inge and Hannah. Yeah, and it looks like Christian only has like a handful of pieces, like 3 or 4 pieces left, so this might be his win. And if all goes good, then now he has finished. Congratulations. Yeah, and Victor is on his heels. He only has maybe like 15 pieces left, but they're all in this red, so they should go in really, really quick. And and Alejandro is finishing in the top left corner, same place where Christian also finished, which is probably, well, I don't know if there's like a super hard area. I think it's just a preference thing. And Victor is so close.
I'm amazed. The first prediction.
Instant.
Well done. The first prediction for finishing time was 34 minutes and 13 seconds, I think, and that is incredibly close to what it was. So.
Yeah, spot on. I'm always underestimating people, but I shouldn't. Yeah, we can see people have very different strategies of like where they are finishing. Like we see, for example, Olivia, she has so much of the puzzle done, and I think she's keeping like these top those darker pieces for last, but it looks like she almost has the complete puzzle done. Lanka has like holes here and there. Alejandro, yeah, he's filling in the top left corner. And yeah, it's a bit hard to see exactly what Inge is doing, but it looks like she is well on her way. But most of the pieces that I see lying there for her are also these darker pieces that we have. Veronica is also keeping the red pieces for last. I wonder if it's a strategy to have something fast to finish with, or if they just think like, oh, it's such a big section of red, like it might be harder than it looks.
I would like to find out. There's a question. Another thing I would like to find out in the YouTube chat, are Victor and Christian going to be in a team together at Worlds? Do you know by any chance?
I don't know, but my guess would be not, just because of past pairs that they had, but I mean, maybe they should.
Look it up.
Yeah, now Alejandro has turned around his puzzle so that the area that he's working on is really close by to him, and he doesn't have to like work over the puzzle all the time, which is something I always struggle with when I'm puzzling, and then I have to, the last section is the one at the top, and you like kind of lean over, you get tired from leaning over, so it's actually a good idea to flip your puzzle so that the section you're working on is like super close by to you, and it'll save you time as well, going back and forth with the pieces.
So Victor and Christian are not on a team together at Worlds.
No. Yeah, and Fruji tells us in the chat that Christian is on a full Polish team, whereas Victor is on an international team. Is it the same team that they had at the European Championships? I think so. So that would be Victor, Hannah, Kati, and who was the name blank?
Yeah.
Chiara. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Chiara. Yeah, which is definitely a team to look out for. And Alejandro is done. Congratulations. That was under the 40 minutes. That's really great.
Yeah.
Job.
So impressive.
All right, and now I wonder who will take 4th place.
That's it. But I mean, there's so many people close, like neck to neck. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it just goes to show that I'm always surprised how many people finish around the same time, no matter the difficulty of the puzzle. So it just kind of goes to show, like, yeah, the level of speed puzzlers is very, very similar for certain puzzles. Yeah, Lanka has a little bit of like holes kind of everywhere in the image. And for Inge, it looks like she's mostly working in the top part. Same for Hannah. She's also working mostly in the top. Which, yeah, that's probably like the area where most of the puzzles will finish, is these two, or like these three different types of areas at the top, just because it's the darkest area, and also, you know, I also feel like if the area is further away, you're less likely to start there unless it's a very bright thing at the top. I don't know. I'm just coming up with theories.
Well, I go with like a traditional landscape for me. I like to do the sky first if I can, if it's not too hard, because I don't have very long arms. I have quite short arms, so if I can get the sky done closer to me, I don't have to reach later at the end of the puzzle and waste time trying to stretch. But yeah, this is not a traditional landscape, is it?
It is not. Yeah, this new app is like working really well, because we can now see also in the app exactly when people are finished down to the 100th of a second. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention the two people that we hadn't seen on screen yet. I mean, they will come up later as they will be finishing, but I just wanted to mention their names, that we also have Roni from Switzerland, and we also have Wanida from Thailand. So there were only two people left that we didn't get to. So I'm sorry we didn't get to you before, but you'll get your moment in the spotlight as you're finishing your puzzle and you're reaching the end. Yeah, and we see, it looks like to me from here that Inge only has maybe, I don't know, it's really hard to say, but like not that many pieces left. And neither does Lenka, but I feel like Lenka's pieces are like, holes are like all over the image. And Hannah is also coming to a close, so I think we have a race between those three. We had a finisher. Inge finished. Congratulations. Do you prefer if you do a competition that it's an easy puzzle or a more challenging puzzle?
I think in general, I actually prefer more challenging puzzles in competition, just because of experience of going into the rounds where we've gotten an easy puzzle and I come in the middle. Whereas if I have a harder puzzle, I come a little bit above the middle. So slightly prefer it that way, I guess. How about you?
Yeah, same, I would say. All right, and we had Hannah in 5th place, and right behind, just a few seconds behind, Lenka in 6th place. Congratulations, top 6. Yeah, I find the easier the puzzle, the more people have practiced it before, and then even me, who's like not that fast of a puzzler, if I've done the puzzle like 5 times, I would have a bigger chance of going higher, but then I don't because pressure and things like that. So I also prefer a slightly more challenging puzzle, but not so challenging that you can't finish it in time.
No peacocks, no glaciers.
No lupins.
I had lupins a few years ago. That round at World, hated it, but I then got some more lupin puzzles to practice because I thought, oh, I've gotta get better at lupins because they're in so many puzzles, and now I've made my peace with lupins. So
yeah, I guess for me in general, it's flowers of all, like photographs of flowers of any kind, unless it's like zoomed in flowers. I don't like them.
Even like the dandelion puzzle from that same series. I don't mind it. It's hard, but I don't mind it. I find I'm okay at it. Not good, but okay. Who's gonna be number 7? Here we go.
Yeah, so we have Franziska, we have Veronica, we have Olivia, we have yeah, a few people that are up there, and it might be finishing very, very soon. But you know, as you can see, we're like at 45 minutes now. This is not one of the super fast puzzles, so I'm even more impressed that yeah, there were 3 people who managed to do this under 40 minutes. So, and Veronica has finished. Congratulations! She also finished with the red. Yeah.
3 more spots in the top 10.
Exactly. Yeah, you'd think you would start with red because it's like something that like grabs your attention. I don't know, red is like red. Like, puzzle me.
Yeah,
But I can also understand like keeping it for last because it is kind of a big section and then you can just kind of like hammer it out at the end.
I think sometimes bright colors are a little deceptive, like they can be deceptive, and they'll draw your attention, and then you get them, and then it's, oh no, these aren't as easy as they look, you know. So I always look a little skeptically at the really bright things, in case it's a red herring.
Oh, and Nia has finished. Yay! Congratulations, Nia. Yeah, there's coming some support from the UK people in the chat. And we have Franziska, who has also finished, still in the top 10. Number 9, congratulations. All right, and now that it's like every time I look, we have always like 3 or 4 people who are like just about to finish, which is like crazy, like it doesn't stop.
The conveyor belt is on.
Yeah. Yeah, Line Beate is doing really well. We have Sammy, who is also finishing with the reds at the bottom, so that should go in relatively fast. Alan is busy working at the top. Tobias is almost there as well. He has a few like pieces still to put in at the top, and there's not that many left. So it's a race for top 10. There's 1 more spot.
You guys can do it. One of you guys can do it.
Iris is also doing great. And we're just about the 50-minute mark right now. So this is not one that would help you much out of the 50+ club if you were in there. Only 9 people so far managed to do it. Under 50, maybe there can be a 10th. Yes, and there is. Olivia finished. Congratulations.
Well done. just watching Luna Biataka, she mentioned one of her dramatic things that's happened in competition was something that a lot of us were there for when it happened at Worlds last year when they published what puzzle was coming up in the next round on the website 30 minutes beforehand, and so we all knew what that round was going to be, which was quite dramatic.
Yeah, there's been so many things at Worlds. I'm also thinking last year when Karen puzzles got the wrong puzzle.
Yeah. I had a front row seat to that. I was sitting directly behind her when that happened.
And there she finished Luna Beate, just over the 50 minutes. So that's we have 11 finishers right now. We're at just over 50 minutes. That's, I think, for this puzzle. I mean, you know now why I said it was like a harder puzzle. You didn't believe me maybe when people finished at like 32 minutes or however, no, 35 minutes. But as you can see, it's not the easiest. So maybe we can speak to some of our top finishers. I know that Christian didn't want to be interviewed, but I'm sure Victor would like to be interviewed. So if you're still here, Victor, you can turn on your camera. Hello. Congratulations on your second place, 34 minutes and 55 seconds and 600th of a second.
Thank you.
So the first question is always, what did you think about the puzzle? How did you like it?
Actually, I think that puzzle plays into my strengths, aside from the red section. Because everything in this puzzle I did by pick and place, everything. I mean, I had sorted colors, so in the very beginning I had the face and the hand and those two whitish animals, so they kind of created themselves. And then I was like, okay, let's just go for maybe blue, because blue is concentrated in 3 places, and the 3 places that are brighter but also are kind of in a unique sense, because the left side from the right side is quite different. The buildings were nice. The edge was actually not that bad, but I was kind of scared of the edge because I didn't know if this puzzle brand has false fits or not. And also that's why I was so scared of the red section, because I knew that probably I would need to go by shapes. And I was like, oh, I don't necessarily want to start with that, because what if there are false fits and then I am not able to finish the section? So I was like, okay, red is for the last. And also I was finding some pieces from the red and they were striking me from the main pile, because red is more recognizable than the other pieces. But I really tried hard to not see the red. And at the very end, I just separated the main pile into red and not red. So that really helped to finish up the last bits of the background. And as far as quality goes, I'm very surprised and I'm thrilled that it's so good. The pieces are thick and it kind of reminds me of Bluebird, but it's like good Bluebird. So it has nice shapes, no false fits, and the pieces are more heavy, and everything is better. But the piece shapes are in the same family of piece shapes as Bluebird, I would say.
Yeah, did you know this brand before?
I never tried it, but I knew that it was out there mainly because I saw Teresa Koptikova doing KS games all of a sudden, like almost every day, and I was like, okay, I didn't know that brand. That's fun, and this is basically it. And then one of the puzzles showed up at the Petitas EJJ, so that was also a confirmation that okay, this really exists. But that's it.
It's not just Teresa's own personal brand of puzzles. Well, I think they're manufactured in Turkey, and I think Bluebird makes some of their puzzles in Turkey, but must be a different factory by the sounds of it.
Yeah, at many Polish competitions, I was told that Bluebird has those French and Turkish puzzles, but I never tried the Turkish one. So maybe that's this my manufacturer, right? Because it's different from the ones that we had at the EJJs with 1,000 pieces that were all from the same manufacturer with the different finish and piece shapes. So yeah, I really like it actually. So I kind of understand people that were offended by the fact that I hated Bluebird so much and I was kind of screaming about it.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our favorites, and then if someone says they hate your favorite, it's kind of like, what?
I'm sort of with you, Victor, but Bluebird is not my favorite.
So, Victor, you have probably a lot of stories of things that went wrong or dramas that happened at competitions to you. Do you want to recount a few of those for us or for the people that don't know them?
Yes, so last year at Worlds, there were a couple of those in every single category, and that was kind of funny. Like every time I was going into a competition, I was thinking to myself, what's next? Like, what's next? And so it started with the individual preliminary group, Group E. We had this Hunter puzzle, and during flipping, because I was in the front row, during flipping, I noticed that one of the pieces that I was flipping, the edge piece, I was almost sure it was the edge piece, went flying, but it's not a hyperbole. It was literally flying. It kind of like flicked and went in a parabola in the air, and it landed somewhere very far away from me, but I knew the general direction that it was like landing at. So I decided to not go there because I don't have that much energy to do it right now, and I'm also kind of shaking, so I probably would like fall while trying to get there. So let's just continue flipping. And that's what I did. And after I was done with the puzzle, I still remembered that it was missing a piece, and it was the edge piece. So I was really happy with like my awareness in the situation because it was very stressful. So after I was done, instead of like being happy and be okay, I'm done, I was like get up and run. And I ran to the next table to grab the piece and put it in, and then I sat down and I was happy. But it was quite a spectacle. So this was the first thing, and not the most crazy one, unfortunately. Because the next one was actually on the same day, because my round was it was the E round, so the pairs preliminary were also in the same day. So Natalia and I were in Group C, and we got this Pink Thunderstorm 500 pieces Ramsburger puzzle, and that puzzle kind of plays into my strengths because I can see like those weird little details in the black section. So Natalia was doing the sky, but the problem was with that puzzle, and maybe not with that puzzle, but with our attempt in general, that none of the two pairs that were sitting at our table, so like us and Katrina and Rihanna from Australia, we didn't really think about the fact that maybe we should have some kind of separation in between us. And we are puzzling opposite to almost every other pair. They mostly have their boxes in between the pairs so that the pieces don't, mix up. And we are kind of opposite. So our boxes were on the ends of the table, both. So naturally, the pieces mixed up, but we didn't notice that till the very end. And after we are done, we had three missing pieces in the sky, and we are trying to look for those pieces. And then maybe I need to tell it in this outsider perspective. So when we saw that we don't have the pieces on the floor, we just decided to take the pieces from the other pair. So this is how it looked, but it wasn't what happened. So Katrina was doing the sky in the same time that we were looking for those missing pieces, and she stopped doing the sky, pulled all of those pink pieces to the right side towards us, and patted the table and told us, you can take those pieces and try to look for them because we probably mixed up. And that's what happened. Because they also, when we took the three pieces from their pile, which was very stressful, because in the moment when you think, oh, we won the round and we were very happy, and then we are missing those three pieces, and then we have to look for them in this pile of pink. It was like, oh no, what if we don't win?
It looked so crazy on the live stream. When I saw that, I was like, what's happening?
We didn't even realize it would look weird and kind of not very, sporty to steal the pieces from the other pair. But yeah, no, the situation at the table was different from what was shown in the live stream. And yeah, so that was a unique experience. I don't wish that upon anyone. Yeah.
For such a good moment, though. I was in the dome watching that happen, and even all of us there could see it, and we're just like, oh, well, we will all remember this.
Yeah, and also it was so funny because when we started taking the pieces from Katrina and tried to ram them into right places, there was this gasp in the dome. People were shook.
What are they doing?
I have never, when in the comic books when there's the sign gasp, it was like that in real life. Yeah, so that was Paris. But also there were teams. It wasn't that much of a drama. It was just very unfortunate. Because we were in Group B in teams, and we thought that we can do really well in that round. And also we are aware of the American team, so it was Karen Puzzle's team. And we also chose the wrong puzzle, so that's the other thing. But we started with the more difficult puzzle, and Karen's team started with the mushrooms. So they finished first, but we were kind of expecting that because our tactic was not necessarily to do the hard puzzle first so that we can finish on an easy one, but more psychological. So we are like, okay, if we start with the harder puzzle, then if we hear someone finish, then we can tell ourselves that it's because they are doing the easier one. And it's not, messing up with our head. So that was the tactic, and that's what we did. And at the very end of the second puzzle, we were jamming the pieces in. It was very fast, very chaotic. And we realized that we are missing one piece. And when we started to look for it, and eventually Christian found it under his chair, I think, but I think Justina pointed it out where it was. In the second before we Christian placed that last piece in the puzzle, Karen's team finished. So essentially, I think it was like 6-second difference if we had that piece at the very beginning, but then they finished in that small time frame, and that's unfortunate, but we were also very happy that we are kind of almost first. Which was very fun because none of us was at Worlds ever before. So that was very encouraging.